EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the desert Southwest, Glendale, Arizona, and State Farm Stadium. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Minnesota Vikings and the Arizona Cardinals. Two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
First carry for Kenyon Drake. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. That's Brooks Reed up from his linebacker spot to make the play. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And that's incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, but now it's 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. Murray now. Flushed out right. Going deep for Hopkins. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. Nobody ever wants the interception on the opening drive to happen, but when it happens in the playoffs, it feels like it's a bigger deal. What a rough start.
And how about these visitors? The defense just went right on the field and seized momentum. You know, almost like they're saying, okay, no one expects us to win this one. Let's go ahead and give them a shock early. Took the ball from the home team and put them in the hole.
Because this crowd, one of the best in the league, especially this time of year, it's going to be tough to take them out of it, but that's a heck of a start. Following the interception, Cousins. That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. The ball on the 8 still could get a first down technically, 2nd and 7. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. From 8 yards out. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Things could just not have started any better for them. They get the turnover, the football right away, able to capitalize on offense for 6.
And we're talking about setting a tone in any game, right? The first points of a ball game. How about during the playoffs? Vitally important, and they've done that in this one.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will be a touchback, no return from Isabella.
At their own 25-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Throw over the middle, taken in. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Give him 32 on the play.
I don't think anyone would argue that having that extra week definitely helps come playoff time. And those were some fresh legs right there. That extra practice time and planning, certainly in evidence.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Murray going to run play action with Drake and look to throw it. He finds Hopkins complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. DeAndre Hopkins, 33 yards. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. On the return, Tremont Smith. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Tremont Smith on the return. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off.
I know some teams are leery about playing cover 2 because the strong safety's not usually a terrific cover guy. But in this case, he played it perfectly. Read the football and went and made the interception.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. After the turnover, here's Murray. Being chased out left. And that'll be incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Murray, flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Play action. Now it's Murray. Eluding the pressure right. And able to find Kirk complete. And he's got this down to the 35. That's good for a 1st down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Murray again. This one caught by Isabella. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
On third down, Blake. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Murray sets to throw on fourth. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Cardinals unable to convert there on fourth down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back.
The play is a turnover on downs.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Cousins gets this one out wide quickly. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
These two teams all tied after one.
With the score tied 7-7.
Cousins now to throw on first down. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
10
Options galore here, second and a few inches.
At the 46-yard line.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Trying to lay one up deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to third and inches. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
And the Vikings first down.
Play fake. Cousins. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far, and second down. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 24-yard line. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. Throw left side complete. That's McKenzie. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Isaiah McKenzie with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Now Bailey to tack on the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Vikings 14, Cardinals 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. On the return, Andy Isabella. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Isabella on the return. The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board, so let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Murray. And now he's going to use his legs. And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
Murray on the go.
He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
4 brings up 3rd and 6.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Forced out to his left. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. That one in the books as a 64-yard punt. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off around the 37. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
The first down screen pass, good for 5. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. And he hits Drake. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Drake. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Brings up
2nd and goal. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. Say hello to Eric Kendricks. He gets the sack there. A big one coming in this divisional round playoff, 3rd and goal. Running for the shotgun with Drake. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Vikings, they come up big down near the goal line. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down of this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Coming up on 2nd and 7. Cousins. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And all the way to the opposite 49-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 45 yards. First down, here's the run with Cook. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 47-yard line.
So they are going to call on Dan Bailey here. His career long is 56 yards done in Seattle. This to equal Matt Prater's record. It's a 64-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Play action now. Cousins. And this one complete to Smith. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 44-yard line. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one a first down. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. That's out to the left flat and complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 more yards. They had 17 on the previous snap as well. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. First down. It's Cook. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive. And here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now a run with Cook. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
1st and goal, Minnesota.
They'll run for it with Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Touchdown.
Punching it in from a yard away. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will be a touchback. No return from Isabella.
At their own 25-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. 2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup. Throwing again. Murray. He's going to air one out. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Gladney. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
Intercepted.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Phoenix, Arizona's the spot. Glad to have you along for the ride. 3rd quarter action and a 2nd and 10 upcoming. Off the play fake. Cousins. It's caught. Smith. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. To throw, Cousins. And this is Cook with a grab. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 3 yards all they could muster there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. So another long try for 3 and another kick that comes up lacking.
Yeah, this isn't going to do any wonders for his field goal percentage, but you have to figure as a head coach that when you send a guy out there to try and kick from that distance, it's a 50-50 proposition at best.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 40.
One of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
He's going to take off with it. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. 4 yards remain for second down. From the gun, Murray. It's complete to Drake. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Cardinals on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Able to find Isabella. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. Murray now on first down. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Andy Isabella there to make the grab. And the Cardinals have cut it to within a score. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now.
Makes the score Vikings 21, Cardinals 14.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now, their friend, as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday. First down. Here's Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Vikings.
Here's a quick throw out left. That's caught. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
34-yard line.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 yards there, first down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Hey, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, If they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
They run again on first down. Cook. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeout?
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. On the return, Isabella. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
On the return, the Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the fourth quarter, the divisional round, and they need to come up with something as they get this drive started. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's first and 10 from the 45. Murray going to run play action with Drake and look to throw it. Flushed out right. And he's going to keep it here. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, not much there that time. And I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
He'll air this one out for Kirk. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked by Jeff Gladney. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. We look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
And a productive gain out to the 14 after starting at the 7. It's a gain of 7. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's second and 3. Again, it's Cook. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or 2.
Brings up third.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Third down, Dalvin Cook. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
2 yards on the play.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
They'll try and wind out some clock with Cook. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Cousins here to throw. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Byron Murphy, the first pick of the 2nd round there defensively.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. A give to Cook out of the gun. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Now the Vikings will continue on in these playoffs as we say so long, everybody. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say good night from Glendale.